When you're going to bed, you don't want a hole in it. When you're drifting, you don't want it to be rusty. In order to run your engine, you need fuel. And so in today's video, we're building ourselves a new bed floor and mounting a fuel tank. Or maybe just doing the bed floor. I don't really know. We're gonna see how long it takes. But stay tuned. The goal with this truck from the get-go is to keep it as streetable as possible, and part of that is to keep a functioning bed. If I keep the bed as is with all of these new pieces above the bed floor, that's not very functional, obviously. You can't put, metal scraps or something on your nice shiny radiator. That's not gonna work. So what we have to do is we have to raise the bed floor and then make removable plates. So we can cover everything when we're on the street, then take it off when we're going to the track. We have to raise the bed floor approximately 140 millimeters. So the floor of the bed is gonna be even with the top of the notch, plus 1 inch. I've never done this before, so I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a frame out of all of the 1-inch square tubing that we got. Once the frame's in place, then we can cut out all of the factory bed floor, get rid of that, connect the frame back to the bed mounts, and then build a new floor. Worst case scenario, you gotta get a new bed. Oh, all right, you know what time it is? Finesser time. Available on emindustries.com. Oh, it's pretty dang straight from in here. Not quite as good as the other side, but still decent enough. The main part of the frame is going to be 2 bars going from the front to the back in between the wheel well and the cage, which is why we just did all that work. So I'm going to measure and you're going to cut. Yep. Looks like 189 centimeters, which is 1,890 millimeters. Much better than having to divide by 12 inches. That shit's stupid, bro. 189. So the key is to keep this cut as straight as possible.
Hi, I'm Keegan.
And also, since there's a piece of metal behind it, try not to cut into that piece of metal. I kind of line it up using my thumb. You can kind of hold this part. Obviously, don't hold the blade. Start slowly. And then just full throttle. And as I'm cutting, I'm trying to make sure I'm cutting straight through the piece. What you can do is put this part actually up against the piece like that, because that will hold full throttle. Nice. All right, now stop. I'm gonna lift it up so you don't cut the piece underneath it, and now keep going. Sweet. Ooh. Oh yes. It's touching the metal there, touching the metal there.
You wanted to touch it here?
Yeah, there we go. Want to mark and cut the next one? What I also like to do is after you mark kind of where it is, then I draw the straight line. So you know, like that's kind of the line you have to follow. Nice. Just leave it like that. All right, so now I have to figure out how to get them straight. The worst part about fabrication. It's gotta be level, it's gotta be even, it's gotta be symmetrical. I guess it doesn't have to be, but you probably would never notice. That's the funny thing. I think we get one in and then you match the other side to that one. And it seems like this one is a little happier.
Fabrication stance.
The fab stance, yeah. anything, it actually kind of has to come. That's pretty good. Who needs the gym when you got fabrication? Oh yeah, I guess you don't know. So that's a TIG welder, and this is a MIG welder. If you look, so this one's got a gun, right? That's what you call this. It's just a trigger, that's all it is. And the other one's got a torch. Yeah, the other purposes though. Tack it and see what happens. Cool, all right. Yeah, I'll probably cut it like that, leave a little bit of room because pretty much we'll weld a sheet here. Pretty much as perfect as it could be. Weld it to each of these, and then from there I can make sure it's level. Keegan, you wanna try it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so all you do, so you're gonna hold it where the wire is kind of right in that crack, right? Pull the trigger down for 1 second, you know, kind of like what I did there, just like bzzz, and then release. Nice. You could have held it a little bit longer, but that is a tack.
All right.
Beautiful. Ooh, hey, that's pretty good. Okay. Are these levels shitty, or is it the piece is bent halfway through? I'm gonna go ahead and say the levels are probably shitty.
Let's see.
My $2 level from Harbor Freight that I built this entire truck from
Wait a second.
is not reliable. Is that what it's telling me?
Wait a second.
Okay, now let's do this test. If I move this to over here, yeah. All right, let's throw this away before I use it again. God damn it. That explains a lot.
It's actually not level the entire time.
I don't know, wonder why the truck was so crooked looking. So now we kind of have to decide where we want the rest of the bars going across to go. I don't want this to be blocked. Like I want to, if we take off the plate, you can see that entire thing. So I'm kind of thinking 1 bar an inch in front, 1 bar an inch behind. The problem is the bar here is gonna get close to this stuff. I don't think it's gonna hit, but it will get close. So maybe we should find out. Either way, all the bars should be the same width, so we can just cut a couple of them. 105.15. The forbidden sprinkles. Oh yeah, that's gonna clear everything just fine. And just imagine, you know, you take 1 plate off of this thing, you see the solid axle and this amazing tube work, then you take the other plate off and you see, boom, radiator and stuff. But yeah, the plate covering the radiator will have vents in it. Say we wanna, you know, put something in the bed, we can put something on the bed and air can still kind of get out, you know? Obviously it's not gonna cool as good as it could with stuff in the bed and with the plate on it, but it should be enough to be able to drive it on the street. When we get to the track, we'll take the plate off so it gets as much airflow as possible. Well, this is gonna be solid, but the tailgate I'm gonna cut out and put, so the tailgate's gonna be like there, but it's gonna have vents in the tailgate. Don't know how exactly I'm gonna do that with a stamped tailgate, but we shall see.
Stamp.
I might have to move the stamp. Perfect. good. Nice. That's good. That's good. That's good. So now enough of this box frame is done on the bed where we can start cutting out the old part of the bed and then making the mounts. We're gonna do it kind of step by step. You know, cut out one mount on both sides, then make the new mounts. Bolt that in. Cut out the next mount, make the new mounts, bolt it in, etc., etc. That way the bed does not move during the process. Once all the mounts are made, we can take the bed off, fully weld this frame, fully cut out all the old stuff, and make it all nice and clean. Now, one of the things we're gonna do to prevent the bed from moving, weld it to the frame. Just a couple tacks. The first mount we're gonna cut out and remake are this one. There's 4 on each side, so. Jesus Christ. That thing's like 100 degrees. Why is the frame that thick? Why? It's like 3/8 of an inch thick. Makes no sense. One down. With those 2 body mounts cut out, we can build new ones. Shout out to HTP for making an amazing plasma cutter and saving me lots of trouble. I don't know why I didn't think about it sooner. Shout out to Kurt for thinking about it. Of course, if you want to get welders, plasma cutters, welders equipment, consumables, anything related to welders, you can go to usaweld.com. Use my code to get a discount too. Anyway, I think all the body mounts are the same, so we should just be able to print out that same file and bend it up and weld it in. The magic bending sauce. So the frame and 6 out of the 8 bed mounts are done. The other 2 we're not gonna do until we cut out the floor because it's kind of hard to reach while it's in the truck. Before we cut out the tacks and remove the bed to cut out the floor, we're gonna add 1 more bar or crossbar up front here. Yeah, doing that with 2 is a little rough. Okay, now put it down. Hey, yo! Okay, that's gonna be the one right here. One that's at least close enough. Nice, good enough. All right, Keegan, this is what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna give you some marks to follow.
It's like stack them up and like.
See all those marks? So you know right now, I'm streaming a playthrough of Starfield on Gingium. Yeah, Gingium's back, boys.
Not correlated at all.
So all the floors are tacked in. So for the last time, we're gonna pull the bed off, flip her around, and actually cut out all the ugly things that I was a little scared to before for structural reasons, but now it shouldn't matter, so. Yeah, there we go, that's about right. Well, there is the, I'm not gonna say it's finished because we still have to make the center plates, we still have to make the front bed mounts, still have to seam seal everything, paint it. There's still a lot that will go into this bed, but it's now a sturdy, risen floor bed that looks awesome. No more is there, you know, patches of rust, the factory floor. There's so much more room up here to put the fuel tank and such. There's so much more room back here to work with our suspension and a bash bar. You might be wondering, like, why the heck did we do this now? And to be 100% honest, the main reason was just for looks. I really hated the way this bed looked with, you know, all this cool stuff inside of it. Below it was, you know, the factory floor of the bed, which was rusty and disgusting. I think this looks so much better that genuinely having pictures of this in the thumbnail are gonna make the videos get more views compared to the old setup. And now it just looks more finished and ready to roll. I love how everything is underneath that top level. It looks sick. We're not gonna put the X-brace back in quite yet because next step is the fuel tank. I honestly was hoping to get to that in this video, but this took literally 5 full days of hard work. Lots of grinding, lots of welding, lots of cutting. It was very tiring just for it to be a cosmetic thing, but I think 100% worth it. I'm pretty pumped at how it looks. It just looks more like a drift truck. The next video, this bad boy, oh God, I almost just dropped it. This bad boy is going somewhere right there. And we've got a lot of goodies to go inside of it. We're gonna do the entire fuel system in the next video, besides all the AM lines. So we're getting close. Pretty soon we're gonna have to tear it all back down to a bare truck to paint it. If you wanna watch the next video where we do the fuel system, you can click up there, become a patron, and get early access to all videos, plus access to an exclusive Drift Truck t-shirt for free. Drift Truck t-shirt's free. You can also check out the merchandise, but that is it. Thank you guys, and have a good night. Sleep in your bed. But